Welcome back. Thanks for checking out another episode of Navigating Single Fatherhood. I'm your host, Jay Lewis III, Single Father Strategist. I'm highlighting the most marginalized group, as well as probably the smallest population in America, and that's single fathers. What this show is designed to do is to bring some shine to that marginalized group. I remember when I first started my parenting journey. As a single parent, I had no idea what to do. This is my way of making sure that other single fathers have a support system. They have the ability to be able to navigate through their journeys successfully. I want to have a conversation about the strength that is actually adopted through challenge. You got to go through it. And when you do go through it, you will realize you have incredible strength and abilities that you never would even knew that you had. Single fathers, they have an incredible amount of challenges that they see every day. They are going to be subject to some type of situation. That situation is something that they have to adapt to on a moment's notice. It's a challenge at that point. I want them to know that they can draw strength from the challenge that they're dealing with. The process of growth, you are underground for a lot of the circumstances. You're not getting shown love. You're not getting recognized. What's happening is your root system is growing. You're being stabilized to be able to endure any of the challenges that you go through. This whole thing is about reframing the way you see challenge. Don't look at hardships as impediments. Look at them as obstacles that you need to navigate through. You will navigate through them. That's what you have to tell yourself. That's really what it comes down to, is making sure that you understand you have the ability to get to another level. A single father has to grow through those challenges. Whatever you're going through, it's making you, it's molding you. It's putting you in a situation where you can say to yourself, I can handle anything. You have to affirm to yourself on a daily basis, over and over again. You have to positively talk to yourself. That interpersonal talk that you have to say, no matter what, I'm going to make it through. It starts the minute you wake up in the morning. When you wake up, instead of having one of those, oh my goodness, it's another day type of thing, you tell yourself, this is another day that I'm going to make things happen. You actually endured the last 24 hours. You made it through that. So you know you can do it again. And yeah, it's going to be hard. Although it's hard, it doesn't mean that it's impossible. It just means that it's a challenge. When you reframe challenges and hardships as opportunity, it works to your advantage. Strength is acquired through each and every step that we take. The last 24 hours was evidence and proof that you have the ability to go through whatever circumstance you had. It gives you the strength to realize you can do it again. Strength is acquired through understanding where you are with your state of mind. Your mind state can be one of two things. It can be, here I am, this is my lot in life. Or it can be, let me see what my opportunities are. When you take the latter course of action, you shift your mindset to realize you have the abilities. You can do what needs to be done. Don't tell yourself you don't have the ability to do it. When you do that, your mind will work with you. And if you feel you can't do it, the mind will create every avenue to show you that you're right. Every obstacle in your mind will be insurmountable. Every circumstance will be an, oh my God, why did this happen to me type of thing. Instead of being solution oriented, you can be plagued with problems. When you take a problem plagued approach to life, you'll never get out of your challenges any degree of success. You're going to stay stuck in position. You'll be stagnant. A single father definitely cannot be in stagnation. Not only are you navigating your journey, you're also bringing your family unit, you're bringing your children along with you. And if you stay stuck in position, so will they. You do not want your children to be stuck in a situation that makes them feel like they can't make it out, like they can't achieve. It may affect them academically. It may affect them socially. It may put them in a situation where they just don't feel like they can go on any further. Unfortunately, there is a high rate of things like suicide amongst young people. As a single father, you want to do everything you can to negate that situation. You want to make sure that you are there, that you're supporting them. The best way to support them is first support yourself. Allow yourself to believe anything that you've gone through is actually molding you to become a better version of yourself. You acquire a gang of abilities. All those challenges culminate to work to your advantage if you allow them to. It does take reframing your state of mind and developing your mindset to realize you have the abilities. One of those abilities is endurance. I said before, you made it through the last 24 hours. You endured that. When you rise the next day, you tell yourself, I made it through that day and get through this. Make sure you're constantly speaking positively to yourself. That interpersonal communication is vital. You have to tell yourself, no matter what the day brings, I'm going to handle it. Affirm to yourself that you have that ability. Even the Bible states that life and death is in the power of the tongue. So understand what you're saying to yourself. Realize that you have the ability to endure. And again, look at the evidence of the previous 24 hours and everything you've gone through since then. The past is the past, but you can use the lessons to carry you forward. You have proof and evidence of your endurance. The next thing is you acquire a host of new skills, talents, gifts, things you never would have thought you had the ability to do. But because you were placed in a situation such as becoming a single father, you found a way. I mean, at one time, you had someone else to give you some help. There was another half. Now you are 100%. Even in a co-parenting situation, when you are with those children, you are in charge of their well-being. That's all on you. The new skills you acquire are amazing. For me, I had to learn how to cook. My wife, God rest her soul, my wife was an incredible cook. But when she died, I couldn't even boil water correctly. I had to learn. It's one of the skills that I had no idea was inside of me. You have so many talents locked up in you, and they become unearthed when you go through some type of challenging situation, some type of hardship. What's hidden behind the challenge is that better version of you. What you have to do is believe. You have to believe. You do have the capabilities. You have the capacity to do it. You've endured the previous 24 hours. That's evidence. You can get to the next level. And validating yourself, patting yourself on the back. When you pat yourself on the back, not only are you telling yourself, I made it, the brain is saying, I like the fact that I'm getting a reward. I'm going to continue to do everything I can to make sure I get additional rewards. And then the brain is going to work with you. It's going to allow you to find opportunity where the closed mind will see impediment. Don't be a closed mind. Be an open book. Affirm to yourself. Like I said, you're going to have to talk over and over again to tell yourself you can make it. Because first off, you're going to have to fight the negative voices that are in your head. And then you're also going to have to fight those outside voices, letting them know that no matter what, I'm going to make it through. Reframing that thought, you are developing your mental muscles, your mind. It's going to work with you when you continue to tell yourself you can do. Now, it'll work against you if you decide you can't do. So it does work two ways. You're better off letting yourself know you can achieve your goal. Now, it's going to take time. Like that root system, growth is a slow process, but when it happens, it's miraculous. In addition to developing your mental muscles, you're also increasing your desires. Instead of your mind state saying, here's who I am, here's my lot in life, you're now allowing your mindset to renegotiate that and say, no, you have this ability. Here's what we're going to do. And when you do that, you'll start to look at the fact that you want more in life. You want to achieve more. You want to do more. The byproduct of that is that your children will want to do the same thing. They're going to mirror your belief system. When you think you can do it, they also believe they can do it. When you don't, it can become dangerous, especially to your children. There can be negative effects to them. Their self-esteem is lowered. They don't believe in themselves. They may suffer academically, socially. That will be reflective of the way you're speaking and thinking about yourself. Understand that the third part of reframing yourself is developing an attitude that works for you. Have gratitude for the things that you have right now. Instead of taking that doom and gloom thought process, have a process that says, I'm going to make it, and have a more positive manner. Don't be angry about the circumstance. That negative emotion will put you in a situation where you're only thinking about the challenges. You're not thinking about how you're going to manifest through the challenges. And you don't want it to affect kids because when it doesn't work to their advantage. I was reading an article in ISP, a article that talked about the fact that children benefit from your mind state. Their self-esteem can be raised by watching their father go through those challenges with your head held high, your chest out, shoulders up, tackling it. Your kids are going to need your support. They're going to need to know daddy is strong enough to hold them up. When daddy or feels defeated, the kids feel defeated. When that happens, everybody's in misery. Nothing works to your advantage at all. You do not get to your next level. If you don't understand the value of challenge, they won't either. You're not only doing this for yourself, you're doing this for them. You want their growth to occur. You want to be able to look at how they've been able to mature, even though they're in a single parent household. You can actually, again, pat yourself on the back. Let yourself know, I'm okay. They're okay. We've done this together. It's effective to develop some type of routine, some type of day-to-day protocol so that everybody's in rhythm with each other. It lowers the levels of those challenges that you're going through. Now, it doesn't negate them, but it lowers the level. The goal is to reduce as much as you can. If you can bring it down a notch, you are working in a positive manner. You're taking that forward step and achieving the goals. The last thing that you want to look at is the development of your children. You want to make sure that they're developing. And the easiest way to be able to see their development is to actually look at your own. Kids mirror their parents. If you're growing, chances are they're doing the same thing. They're letting themselves know that they can make it. They're mimicking you. I feel for those single fathers out there that are missing this opportunity. The ones that have just decided to run away from their responsibility. The ones who are not meeting their obligations. The ones who are making every excuse. It's her fault. Reason why I'm not seeing the kids. It's this. Now, don't get me wrong. There may be some truth to that, but it means you have to find a way to get around that so that you can see your children. They are the most important thing. It has nothing to do with the previous relationship. Your children's mother, that's between you and her. But your children are of a totally different magnitude. So you're going to have to figure out a way to be able to have a conversation with her, find out what it is that she needs. It will allow you to be able to effectively spend time with your children. If it's a situation where you just can't speak to her, you can always shoot your kids a quick text and give them a call. Just let them know that you're thinking about it. You may not be able to be in their presence, but you can always be in their mind and in their heart. And hopefully you can find some way to be able to be in their presence as well. What I'm going to talk about your choices. When it comes to single father, you're going to have to navigate choice, and choice leads to a decision, and that action will ultimately produce a consequence. Now, your consequence doesn't have to be negative, but it is based off of your initial choice. Those single fathers that are choosing to run away from their obligation, it's not a good choice. What ends up happening, they may escape a situation immediately, but ultimately it's going to be a mound of regret. Just like your kids need you now, you're going to need them in the future. So make the right decision. Make the proper choice so that you can make the right decision. Let it culminate into an action that'll be worthy of a positive consequence. A consequence that'll allow you and your children to be a tighter bonded unit. It does not matter. Any previous situation, you have to be that one that navigates through that. And when you do, you get stronger every time you endure and overcome. And realize that the heavy amount of challenges that you are facing, that's all growing you. It gives you the ability to increase your desire to discover the person you can be and to help your children discover the people they can be. It's all about how challenge provides opportunity for building your resilience, gives you the strength you will need to navigate your single fatherhood journey successfully. Thank you for seeing another episode of Navigating Single Fatherhood. My name is Jay Lewis III. Make sure you like and share this key information. The goal is to motivate and educate other single fathers so that they know that they have a support system. Subscribe to my channel. My YouTube channel is at JL3 Motivation 0108. Follow me on Instagram at JLewisIII Motivation. Any additional tips, advice, or motivation, you can catch it from the door. I'll talk to you later. Have a good one.